The first light of a crisp December Friday morning slipped through the blinds of the Thompson house and landed on a wide-mouthed mason jar sitting on Eli's dresser. Hand-lettered in black Sharpie across the front, "Treasure." Inside, a small mountain of crumpled ones, 5s, 10s, a couple 20s, along with a glittering pile of coins. Eli, 12 years old and already allergic to impulse purchases, knelt on the carpet in his pajamas and counted it all again.
$143.62. Still 56.38 short.
He sighed, screwed the lid back on, and tucked the jar behind his model rocket collection where nobody could accidentally knock it over. The red mountain bike at Liberty Hollow Cyclery had been calling his name for 3 months. No borrowing, no begging, just his own money and honest efforts. That was the rule. An hour later, Eli climbed onto the school bus with his backpack and a spiral notebook. While the bus rumbled toward Liberty Hollow Middle, he opened the notebook to a fresh page and wrote in careful block letters, "Eli's rules for saving money." He tapped his pencil against his lip, thinking. The bus hit a pothole, and his pencil rolled off the seat and disappeared under the row in front of him. Eli ducked down to grab it, and that's when he spotted it. A crumpled $5 bill wedged against the metal wall.
No way. Score.
He glanced around. Nobody was paying attention. He pocketed the bill, sat up, and stared at the seat back in front of him like it had just revealed the secrets of the universe.
I always seem to find money. But what if there are ways to get better at it? Is it really just about luck?
Eli scratched out the word saving and replaced it with finding. His pencil flew across the page.
Now let's see. What could a person do to attract finding money? Ah, I know. Rule 1. Look at the ground. You can't find money if you're staring at your phone. That much should be obvious. Rule 2. Look where other people don't. Planters, curbs, storm drains. If no one is looking, lost money will stay hidden. Rule 3. Look where people sit a lot. That's when money slips out of pockets. Benches, bus stops, parking spots. People getting in and out of cars is a gold mine for lost coins. Rule 4. Look where money changes hands. Vending machines, ATMs, cash registers. When money comes out, sometimes it flies away. Rule 5. Go where people have gathered. Shopping malls, farmers markets, right after church lets out. The more people, the higher the chances. Rule 6. Smile and say thank you to the universe when you find some. Good karma compounds too.
By the time the bus doors hissed open at school, Eli had filled half a page. Word spreads fast when you're 12 and have a system. By third period, Eli's best friends, Jaden and Maya, were already testing the rules in the cafeteria parking lot. They found 37 cents and a suspiciously sticky nickel. Proof of concept. When the final bell rang, Eli made a decision.
I'm walking home today, and I know just where to look.
He waved off the bus, tightened his backpack straps, and started down the oak-lined path that eventually spilled onto Main Street. Eyes down, grid pattern searching. First find, a dime glinting beside the curb outside the credit union. Second find, a quarter under the bus stop bench. Third find, a grimy penny in the gutter by the crosswalk. He was grinning like a metal detector hobbyist when he reached the heart of Main Street. That's when he saw it, wedged between 2 concrete planters outside the bakery, half hidden by fallen maple leaves. A brown leather wallet.
You've got to be kidding me.
He picked it up with both hands like it might explode. Inside, 7 20s, 5 tens, 2 fives, at least $200. His bike money and then some. His heart hammered so loud he was sure the whole street could hear it. He looked around, but no one was nearby. Then he flipped to the clear plastic sleeve in the back. A driver's license stared up at him. Chris Bisset, owner of Bisset's Bakery, right across the street. Eli had eaten Chris's cinnamon rolls every Saturday for the last 3 years. The internal argument lasted exactly 4 seconds.
It's not finders keepers if it has a name on it.
He crossed the street, pushed open the bakery door, and the bell jingled like it was cheering him on. Chris was behind the counter, face pale, looking around and patting his back pockets over and over.
Mr. Bisset, did you maybe lose something?
Chris looked up. His eyes went straight to the wallet.
Kid, you just saved my whole weekend. My whole month. I had my card-stopping finger on speed dial. Where'd you find it?
Between the planters outside. I was looking for change.
Chris laughed, a huge relieved bark, and pulled Eli into a flour-dusted hug that smelled like sugar and yeast.
You're Eli Thompson, right? Marcus and Leela's boy? Give me their number. I need to tell them they're raising a superhero.
That evening, the Thompsons' phone rang while the family was eating spaghetti. Eli sat frozen at the table, while his dad stared at him and eyebrows climbed higher and higher. When the call ended, Marcus looked at his son for a long, quiet moment.
$200 turned in, and not a penny missing. Chris Bisset wants to do something for you.
He already gave me a free cinnamon roll.
Apparently, one cinnamon roll doesn't cover honesty like yours.
What Eli didn't know was that right after Chris spoke with his father, he closed the bakery early, drove straight to Liberty Hollow Cyclery, and put the exact red mountain bike on hold, the one with the white grips and the matte black fork. He called Marcus back and made a deal. They'd split the cost, 50-50, and surprise Eli on Saturday morning. Saturday came. The whole family piled into the car to run errands. They pulled up to the bike shop instead. Chris was waiting outside next to a brand new, fire engine red mountain bike with a giant bow tied around the handlebars.
Consider this interest on the good karma you put into the universe, kid.
Eli's mouth opened, closed, opened again. No sound came out.
That's mine?
Half from Chris, half from Mom and Dad. You earned every spoke.
I was $56 short.
Turns out honesty has a pretty good return rate.
Thank you so much.
Eli hugged both his parents and Chris before riding that red bike home like he was flying. The mason jar labeled Treasure still sat on his dresser, now with a new label taped underneath in his 12-year-old handwriting. Honesty Fund. Balance. Priceless. Because some things money can't buy. But everything else? Turns out it shows up exactly when you're looking in the right direction. Lessons quietly earned in Liberty Hollow this week. Look down sometimes. You never know what's waiting. Real wealth isn't always the cash you keep. Sometimes it's the trust you pay forward. See you next time, friends. Keep your eyes on the ground and your heart in the right place. Thanks for walking the oak-lined streets of Liberty Hollow with us, where small choices plant the seeds of tomorrow. If this story lit a spark, tap that like button, subscribe for fresh money stories every week, and tell us in the comments, what's one lesson you're taking home from the Hollow tonight? See you at the next bend in the path.